How much of what you do every day is actually helping you achieve your life goals? What if I told you that some of your seemingly harmless daily routines are actually keeping you from achieving true wealth? Think about it. Have you ever found yourself, year after year, promising yourself that things will change, that you will start saving more, spending less, investing wisely, only to find yourself stuck in the same old patterns? Are you ready to discover which habits that many of us practice without thinking are keeping us from achieving financial freedom? Are you willing to face some uncomfortable truths about what really leads to financial success? Today, we're not just going to talk about how to become rich. We're going to uncover the 10 habits you need to eliminate from your life right now, so you can not only dream of wealth, but actually walk towards it. And I ask you, are you ready to make these changes? Are you ready to transform your financial reality? Today, I'm here to share something that changed my life and can change yours too: the art of saving money. When I started my entrepreneurial journey, money was scarce. I quickly realized that without a saving strategy, the path to success would be incredibly difficult. Let's discover together how this simple habit can be the first step to wealth. Saving is not just about putting money aside, it's about discipline and foresight. Every yuan you save today is a soldier in your army fighting for financial independence. I learned this the hard way, but you don't have to go through the same hardships. Start small, but start today. Tomorrow will thank you for the effort you put in now. Many people ask, Jack, why is saving so critical? The answer is simple. Without savings, you are always at the mercy of the present, never being able to plan for the future. An emergency fund is not just a buffer, but a foundation on which you can build your dreams without fear of life's surprises. Now imagine that you have an emergency buffer. Suddenly, opportunities seem less risky, don't they? You can venture into new businesses, invest in your education, or explore unexplored markets. That's the freedom that savings brings. The freedom to choose risk without compromising your safety. Investing is the next logical step after you start saving. Investing consistently turns modest savings into large sums. But how do you get started? Simple. Education. Learn about stocks, real estate, index funds. Knowledge is power, and in the world of investing, it is also profit. Persistence is key. Saving and investing are not one-off acts. They are habits that you must cultivate. Just like planting a tree, if you consistently tend to it, it will grow, flourish, and eventually bear fruit. Be patient, be diligent, and the results will come. Let me tell you a secret. The fear of losing money prevents many people from starting to save and invest. But risk is part of growth. The real risk is not in taking action, but in standing still. Calculated action is key. Weigh your options, make informed decisions, and take the leap. A common mistake I see is the fear of starting small. There is no shame in starting small. In fact, it is a reflection of prudence and realism. Great empires have been built from small amounts. What matters is consistency. Once you've established the foundation of saving, the next step is to learn how to control your spending. We all face daily temptations to spend our money impulsively. I've been there myself. But I've found that each impulsive purchase was a small detour from the path I had set out on to financial prosperity. Have you ever found yourself coming home with something you bought and wondering why exactly you bought it? That's impulse spending. It's easy and happens quickly. To overcome this habit, I started doing something simple. I asked myself, is this really necessary? Will it help me reach my financial goals? If the answer was no, I left the item on the shelf. A spending plan is like a roadmap for your finances. It shows you not only where you are, but where you want to go. Start by setting a budget. This doesn't mean living on a shoestring, but rather spending wisely. Every dollar you spend should be a part of your plan to achieve financial freedom. I've learned that budgeting isn't just about listing your expenses. It's about understanding your income streams and how you can maximize every penny that comes in. When you start to see your budget as a tool to grow your wealth, not just to limit your spending, you discover the true power of money. Some tools can be extremely helpful in this process. Personal finance apps, for example, helped me keep track of where my money was going. With these resources, I could see patterns in my spending and adjust my budget in real time. This is using technology to empower your financial decisions. Make no mistake, maintaining a budget requires discipline. At first, it may seem like you're always limiting yourself, always cutting expenses. But what you're really doing is ensuring that your money is being used in the best possible way to support not only your present, but also your future. Let's talk about goals. When you're planning your spending, it's crucial to set clear goals. For example, if your goal is to buy a house, your budget should reflect that. Every purchase that doesn't contribute to that goal should be questioned. This not only prevents impulsive spending, but also accelerates your journey to achieving your dreams. What about those weak moments when the temptation to spend is strong? I use a 24-hour rule. Whenever I'm about to make a significant purchase, I give myself 24 hours to think it over. If I still believe it's a good decision after that time, I go ahead. You'd be surprised how often I decide the purchase isn't necessary. Financial planning isn't just for good times. It's crucially important during times of crisis. The pandemic has shown us how quickly the economic situation can change. Those with a solid plan have been able to navigate these turbulent waters much more easily. Now that we've discussed the power of a well-planned budget, I want to take you deeper into the strategy that really drives our ability to build wealth: setting financial goals. Without a clear destination, it's easy to lose track. I want each of you to think about what you really want to achieve with your money. Financial goals aren't just big dreams like buying a house or retiring early. They start with small daily goals. Ask yourself, what do I want to accomplish this month? It could be something as simple as cutting back on dining out. The important thing is that each goal aligns with your long-term priorities. I've always loved a challenge. When I set a goal, it motivates me to get up each morning and do what it takes to achieve it. Your goals should excite you in the same way, pushing you towards smarter financial decisions. Imagine the satisfaction of achieving a goal you set for yourself. But how do you set these goals? Start with what you know and understand. Assess your current financial situation. Where are you today? Where do you want to go? Set goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, the SMART criteria. This will give you a clear path to follow. Trackdowns are key. It's not enough to just set goals. You need to track your progress toward them. This can be done through financial tools, apps, or even a good old-fashioned notebook. Tracking your achievements is just as important as setting them, as it keeps you motivated and on track. Conflicts can arise when your goals seem unattainable or when you face obstacles. Don't despair. Adjust as needed, but never lose sight of the big picture. Adapt your strategies, but stay true to your goals. Remember, flexibility is part of the process of achieving financial resilience. Celebrate each victory along the way. Reached your goal of saving X amount this month? Celebrate. These celebrations strengthen your commitment to future goals and rejuvenate your enthusiasm. It shows that you are in control of your finances, not the other way around. Don't ignore small expenses. They can quickly add up and sabotage your financial goals. Constant vigilance is your best ally. Keep a detailed record of all your transactions. This will help you identify where you can cut unnecessary expenses that don't align with your goals. Involving family and friends in your financial goals can also provide a support system. Sharing your goals makes them more real and gives you a network of people who can help keep you accountable. Plus, they can offer insights and encouragement that you might not consider on your own. As we continue on our journey to financial freedom, we must face one obstacle that has the potential to set us back more than any other: debt. I want to share with you how to navigate this challenge so you can not only survive, but thrive. Debt isn't necessarily bad. In some cases, like a loan to start a business or buy a home, it can represent an investment. However, the type of debt I want you to avoid is consumer debt, the kind that builds up from high-interest expenses that don't yield a return. Debt is like a snowball. Once it starts rolling downhill, it gets bigger and bigger and harder to stop. The cost of interest is like gravity pulling on this snowball, accelerating it. So the first rule is simple: stop accumulating unnecessary debt. For those already dealing with debt, the first step is to take a thorough inventory. How much do you owe? What are the interest rates? Rank your debts from most expensive to least expensive. It's a strategy I call going after the big fish first. Pay off the debts with the highest interest rates to reduce the total you pay in the long run. Debt renegotiation can also be a powerful tool. Many people don't realize this, but banks and lenders are often willing to renegotiate the terms of a loan. This could mean lower interest rates or more flexible repayment plans. It's never too late to ask, and you might be surprised at the options available. Avoiding future debt is just as crucial as paying off existing debt. This means living within your means. If you're used to spending more than you earn, now is the time to adjust your habits. This doesn't mean you can't enjoy life, but it does mean you need to find a sustainable balance. I often say that self-control is a virtue in both life and business. Resisting the temptation to spend impulsively or buy something just because it's on sale takes practice. Think long-term. Your decisions today will define your financial future. As we move forward on our journey towards financial freedom, it is essential that we touch on a point that is often overlooked, but which is fundamental: financial education. Without it, we are sailing in an ocean without a compass. Today, I want to emphasize how crucial financial knowledge is to making informed and safe decisions. When I founded my first company, I quickly realized that my understanding of finance was superficial. This gap in my knowledge could have cost me dearly had it not been for my decision to learn and understand deeply about personal and business finance. This knowledge gave me the confidence to make decisions that were crucial to my success. Many of you may think that finance is a complex subject, full of jargon and difficult concepts. However, I tell you, the basics of personal finance are accessible to everyone and can be extremely liberating. Understanding how money works, how it grows, and how it should be managed is the first step to taking real control of your financial life. Start simple. Read a book, take an online course, attend workshops. There are countless resources available, many of which are free or low cost. The key is to get started. Taking even just 1 hour a week to learn about finance can make a monumental difference over time. One of the first things I learned was how compound interest works. Albert Einstein called it the eighth wonder of the world, and rightly so. Understanding this concept can help you see long-term investing in a new light and motivate you to start saving and investing sooner rather than later. I also discovered the importance of staying up to date. The world of finance is always evolving, with new laws, financial products, and investment opportunities emerging. Staying informed is an essential part of being responsible for your finances. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Be curious. If you don't understand a financial term or investment strategy, seek clarification. A clear understanding is crucial before making any financial decision. Remember, there are no silly questions when it comes to protecting and growing your wealth. I always advise people to view financial education as an investment in themselves. It's an investment that pays off over a lifetime, from avoiding unnecessary debt to knowing how to identify investment opportunities that can multiply your capital. Share the knowledge you gain. By learning about finances, you not only improve your own life, but you can also help friends and family do the same. Promoting financial literacy in your community can increase economic well-being. I learned early on that money you don't spend is money you're making. This means that every purchasing decision needs to be carefully considered. Before making a purchase, I always ask myself, is this really necessary? Will it help me achieve my financial goals? If the answer is no, then I know I'm better off saving my money. One of the most effective strategies I've implemented is creating and sticking to a strict budget. A budget isn't just a list of restrictions. It's an action plan that shows me where my money should go each month. It helps me avoid unnecessary spending and keeps me in line with my financial reality. It's also crucial that we understand the difference between needs and wants. Needs are essential to daily life, such as food, shelter, and health. Wants, on the other hand, are the things that provide us with comfort and pleasure, but that we can live without. Learning to prioritize our needs over our wants is a crucial skill for anyone seeking financial stability. It's important to note that keeping your lifestyle in line with your income doesn't mean you should never indulge in luxuries. What I recommend is to consider these luxuries as rewards for achieving specific financial goals, not regular habits that strain your budget. Adopting a more modest lifestyle can be a difficult change, especially if you're used to spending freely. But oftentimes these changes bring with them a sense of peace and control that money can't buy. Knowing that you're in control of your finances. One tip I always give is to start small. Make gradual changes to your lifestyle. Maybe that means eating out less often each month or choosing more budget-friendly vacations. Small changes can have a surprisingly big impact over time. Today, I'd like to discuss one of the most common and destructive challenges we face in managing our personal finances: living beyond our means. Many people think that living a luxurious lifestyle is a sign of success, but I say that the true measure of financial success is how much you are able to save and invest, not how much you spend. Living beyond your means is like running on a treadmill. You can move as much as you want, but you'll never get anywhere. When you spend more than you earn, you're only digging yourself a bigger hole, a hole that can be very difficult to climb out of. I learned early on that the money you don't spend is the money you're earning. This means that every purchasing decision must be carefully considered. Before making a purchase, I always ask myself, is this really necessary? Will it help me achieve my financial goals? If the answer is no, then I know I'm better off saving my money. One of the most effective strategies I've implemented is creating and sticking to a strict budget. A budget is not just a list of restrictions, it's a way to save money. It's an action plan that shows me where my money should go each month. It helps me avoid unnecessary spending and keeps me in line with my financial reality. It's also crucial that we understand the difference between needs and wants. Needs are essential to daily life, such as food, shelter, and health. Wants, on the other hand, are the things that provide us with comfort and pleasure, but that we can live without. Learning to prioritize our needs over our wants is a crucial skill for anyone seeking financial stability. It's important to note that keeping your lifestyle in line with your income doesn't mean you should never indulge in luxuries. What I recommend is that these luxuries be considered rewards for achieving specific financial goals, not regular habits that strain your budget. Adopting a more modest lifestyle can be a difficult change, especially if you're used to spending freely. But oftentimes, these changes bring with them a sense of peace and control that money can't buy. Knowing that you're in control of your finances, and not the other way around, is a priceless reward. One tip I always give is to start small. Make gradual changes to your lifestyle. Maybe that means eating out less each month or choosing more budget-friendly vacations. Small changes can have a surprisingly big impact over time. As we move forward on our journey to financial stability, I want to address one of the most fundamental strategies in the world of investing: diversification. Putting all your eggs in one basket is a risky tactic that can jeopardize not only your savings, but also your financial future. I have learned through many experiences in the business world that no matter how promising an investment may seem, the market is unpredictable and full of variables. Diversification is like insurance against this uncertainty. It protects you from catastrophic losses and helps smooth out the ups and downs of the market. Let's take nature, for example. A healthy ecosystem has a wide variety of species. If a disease strikes one species, others will continue to thrive and maintain balance. In investing, the same rule applies. Different assets will react differently to the same economic conditions, reducing your overall risk. To begin diversifying, you must first understand the different investment categories available to you. There are stocks, bonds, real estate, mutual funds, and even cryptocurrencies. Each category has its own risks and rewards, and understanding these is the first step to effectively diversifying. A common mistake I see investors make is over-diversifying without focus. Diversification doesn't mean simply buying a little bit of everything. Effective diversification requires a balance between exposure and concentration, ensuring that each investment choice has a clear purpose in your financial strategy. It's also crucial to consider your time horizon when planning your diversification. Younger investors may be more willing to take risks with higher volatility assets, while those closer to retirement may prefer safer options. Adjusting your investment portfolio over time is an essential part of this process. One of the best ways to start diversifying is through index funds or mutual funds. These funds are inherently diversified and managed by professionals who adjust asset allocations based on market changes. For many, this can be a safe and effective introduction to the world of investing.